back to another episode of 5 Minutes with Jesus and Jesse. This past couple weeks since school has gotten out has been a crazy busy time, and I just really was not prepared for how busy summer was going to be. So you think school ends and you don't have all of these award ceremonies and different things like towel day at school, like you have to remember all of this stuff. But what happens is you get out of school, and my kids are in summer school right now. So it's summer school and it's summer sports and it's rec league and it's travel ball and all of these things. And I think that the craziest thing is that on my normal night that I would do videos, the boys, because school was over, they aren't going to wrestling anymore. So they had still been going to wrestling practice once a week. So that was my me night. I got caught up on stuff in the house, got my video done, did everything I needed to do. And that week went away, that wrestling practice went away. And so it's just been a crazy time of trying to adjust to a new schedule and to all the other events that are going on during the summer. And I looked at the whole summer schedule and I'm like, we only have a couple free weekends all summer. And summer is my favorite season. I want to be at the river. I want to be in the water doing whatever that entails. That's where I want to be. And for a while, I have gotten busy and busier, just progressively busier. And I feel like at some point, this point now, where I am at capacity, there's nothing more that I can take on. Derek, my husband, will approach me and say, do you want to do a flag football tournament? I'm like, no. Do you want to do wrestling camp? No. I'm not doing any more things. We are done. We're out of things. If you want to do anything else, you're going to have to take something away. I can't commit to anything else. And I was telling my friend Joni today, just this overwhelming season, I feel like God has allowed me to be in this season of busyness and overwhelmingness so that I can say no to things. And also so that I can be very selfish with my time. Because if I don't purposely, intentionally take time out of my day to spend with God, then it's so easy to just let it slide right past. So in the morning, I have quiet time before anybody else in the house is up. I sit here, I drink some coffee, I read the word, I have some quiet time. And then in the evening, I've been prioritizing sitting in my secret place in the house with my journal, with my book that I'm reading. It's a biblical book, but you know what I mean. And I spend some alone time with God again. And if I didn't do that, it would be so easy to just let it go by. And so now I'm being selfish with my time. I don't want to do X, Y, Z, because what I want to do truly is spend time with my family. What I want to do is go to the things that I enjoy. What I want to do is have time to read a book or to rest or to, set up the pool for the summer, whatever it is. And so I feel like this busy season has allowed me, one, to say no to things, but two, to also be selfish with my time, which I'm also really liking. So there are things that can be learned in a busy season. So to go along with that, my friend Joni the other day was telling me about a dream she had. And I was like, this is so cool that you see God's hand in so many things. And she said, when you learn to look for God in everything, you start seeing him in everything. And so she had this dream that she told me, and it ended up being a dream for me, ironically, but she was telling me about this dream. And so her and I progress in our conversation and we start talking about other things. And she's like, this is for you, actually. She's like, this is the dream and what it means for you right now. And I was like, oh my gosh, it was crazy. So when you start looking for God in everything, you start finding him in everything. So I was driving home the other day and I see these clouds, and I've never seen clouds before. When you try to find pictures in the clouds, I've never seen clouds before make letters. So it's very weird. So I had my attention and I'm driving down the highway and I'm just looking at it that is the perfect L, and that is the perfect, what I thought was an A, possibly. And then there was a curved letter. I was like, that could be an S and an O at the end. And I thought, lasso, that's weird, and I'm thinking about what Joni said to me, that you can find God in everything. And I'm like, lasso, that doesn't make any sense, God. What would that mean? Like lasso, like that. I got nothing for that. And as the clouds moved, they shifted, and I saw let go. And I was like, let go. Okay, interesting. I don't know what that pertains to right now in my life, but let go. Okay, so I wrote it down in my notes. Didn't think much else about it. And then I was talking to Joni again today, and she's my spiritual counselor, if you will. So I just meet with her and just dump everything, and we talk through it. So we were talking today about how full my plate is and etc. And I was reading in my journal, and I said, God spoke to me a couple nights ago and said, be ready to let go. Be ready to let it go. And I'm like, okay, Lord, I don't know what you're wanting me to let go, but the other benefit of being in this crazy busy season of life is I feel like when you're like, I need you to let this go, I'm going to be like, please, please take it from me. I don't have any more capacity. If that's the thing you're wanting me to give up, then sure, you can have it. And I did not even remember this until her and I were speaking, and I said, oh my gosh. And I went flip back in my notes from like 5 days ago, and I go, look at this. And I show her my journal entry. I'm like, look, this is what the cloud said the other day. And she goes, that's twice now. So he's told you twice, let go and be ready to let it go. So she's like, just prepare yourself for whatever's coming. Be ready to let go. So in the crazy busy seasons of life, in the overwhelmingness of a change in season or a new sport or whatever that is that's happening, there's so many things that you can learn. One, just be selfish with your time. The time that you want to spend with the people that you want to and doing the things that you want to do, be selfish with that. Be selfish with your time with God. Number two, I just totally drew a blank. Oh, the ability to say no. There we go. We're not going to cut that out either. That's real life. The ability to say no. So embrace that ability to say no. When you are at capacity, it is so easy to say no. So why then are we not saying no before we get there? That's for me later. You have the ability to say no. You can be selfish with your time. And the third thing is, be ready to let go when God tells you to let it go. If you're looking for God in everything, he'll start showing up in everything, including the clouds. And when he tells you something, just heed that advice and have it tucked away for later, because something's going to happen, friends, and I'm going to have to let it go. And I'm just waiting to see what that is.